As I look over the next 5 years, the single biggest risk that U.S. businesses face is really competitiveness, global competitiveness. And that gets into broader issues like having a tax policy in the U.S. which encourages investment, encourages activities here rather than overseas. It includes having a financial system that has not only availability of funds and access to the financial markets, but also a stable inflationary economy. So from that standpoint, a lot of the policies around inflationary spending and things, I think, need to be constrained to just keep our country on an innovation track towards innovation. Innovation is really the key to success, the key to the next big thing. As we look at business, if we're not breaking something and making something better, we aren't doing our job, we're not innovating.
Really, the biggest challenge facing us is the deficit, and I think that's the only answer right now.
I think the biggest risk is U.S. competitiveness, and more specifically, I think it's finding the talented workforce that can navigate through the complexity that has been created by the business world, and to also be able to navigate through some of the complexity created by our own government. So I think talent and being able to be competitive are kind of go hand in hand.
The U.S. economy right now it's definitely come out of the recession. It's starting to improve, but there's many risks to that recovery. And if that recovery starts to flounder, or worse yet, starts to slip back into a recession, then all the businesses within the U.S. back to where we were 2 years ago, trying to retrench. Many companies had to lay off people. We went through a lot of different struggles, and right now, if that recovery does not continue to sustain itself, we're going to find that we've come full circle and we're right back to where we started 2 years ago.
I think what's going to be challenging for U.S. businesses, as we've felt, in my organization, is obviously increasing regulation. Not only with, besides the Enron scandal, the Sarbanes-Oxley, and now with the Frank Dodd-Wall Street reform, it just looks like there's going to be more and more regulations coming down the pipeline. So that's obviously going to affect how businesses operate and think, and we need to, focus on being cutting edge in terms of how we save costs and how to deal with these regulations. And I think another risk that's going to be, or threat that's coming to U.S. businesses is the global competition. Global economies in other countries such as China, India, and other areas too that are coming up. I think we've got to pay attention to those things as well.
A business environment or an economic environment that encourages people to take risks, encourages people to change the game in better ways, to improve people's lives, improve the way they communicate, improve the way that they interact, are all just wonderful things. And those are, the extent to which we can do that is very important.